Hey guys, it's Jeff. This is going to be part 19 of the DOS Werk 8.8 centimeter off 9T VOMAG 1/35 scale. I decided to go ahead and kind of start getting the gun together today. On the main part, I went ahead and added this base that I made up the other day, and of course you guys saw the railings and everything. This is getting real close to primer. I may prime it off camera just to get it ready, but the gun has got some extremely tiny little delicate parts, and I've got enough for the first couple of steps all cleaned up. So let's go down the bench and see what we can do. Okay, be right back. Okay, I went ahead and glued the barrel together. I wanted to give it some time to set. I did this last night. I think I got the seam pretty good. We'll have to see which way this goes. If I need to work on the seam some more, I will. But I think it's pretty good. Now I noticed here on the end, you see this gap? That doesn't come together. The seam does just fine, but there's a little gap there, and I don't know if that's done intentional, but it doesn't want to close up. This is the end, the breech end here. This will go in the breech block, and then this will be the muzzle. Okay, so that's, I think, in pretty good shape. I can barely make out a seam, but I can't feel it at all. Okay, here's all our pieces. We got quite a bunch of them here that they're really teeny tiny parts, and we're not going to put all of them on right now. Let's take a quick look at the instructions. Okay, everything marked in yellow I've got cut out and cleaned up. So step 28, they want us to assemble the main frame here, and let me blow this up just a little bit. They've got the main frame, and they've got this gear that's part of the elevation stuff to go in. This will go in between the frame, as will K15, H23, and K20. Those all have to go to the inside before we put these two halves together. Now, L33, L16, L20, L13, those are all really fine, delicate little parts that go on the outside of the frame, and they don't need to be there right now. I'm sure that they would get broken. So those I'm going to hang on to. There goes the furnace. We've got K7, H46, K21, H50. We could put all those on. But then again, well, this is some photo etch that we can put on. But like L17, it's going to be a really tiny little part, and it's very fragile. So I'm going to just hang on to that. But you can see this was part that they wanted us to put on last time. You can see how easily that would be broken. If we go on down here, this is 29. We got the breech block. It's going to have a few seams we're going to need to work on, I'm sure. But then this is part of the breech here, and it's got all these little pieces here. I don't want to put any of H20, H48, H3, H19 on now. We'll put L1 on the inside, and on this one we'll put L2 on the inside, but I don't want to put L38 on. It's just another delicate little part. We'll wait until we get some more of this together. Here's our barrel, M26 and 27. There's the breech block. There's the top of the breech and the bottom of the breech. We'll put those together, and then we'll get the seam taken care of. And then we'll attach all of this to this frame here. Okay, and then we can start adding these fine, delicate little parts. Now that's as far as I've gone as far as cleaning things up. As you can see, there's lots and lots of little. Looks like we've got a choice between a couple of different parts there. lots and lots of fine, delicate little pieces to add. All right, let's go ahead and go back down to the bench. Okay, here's the parts for the first step, and I've dry fitted these several times trying to get it straight in my head how these all go together. We're going to go ahead and put those together, and this and this, and I think we need to do that and that, but the rest of these little parts we'll save those for later. Okay, so on the inside of here, this has got a pin and a hole, and then we've got the corresponding parts there, so those need to be glued together. Spent a lot of time fitting these, trying to get it square in my head. This had some Z-pins inside here. I've just broke them off. You're not going to see that part, I don't think. I didn't spend a lot of time cleaning it. Okay, we've got that. And then we've got, I'm trying to make sure, okay, we've got this. It's got a recess right here, and that matches with this right here. That'll go like that. Goes right there, something like that. Get the glue to grab. Some of these parts are never ever going to be seen. You know, actually, before I get too far along, because that's going to kind of lock that in place, I need to put this in, which will go here. This has got a square end on it, if I can even get a hold of it. That'll go right there. And then this will go here. That all lines up there. I think that actually should have been in before this. Goes in like that. Too much glue. A lot of these are never ever going to be seen. Okay, and then this will go in. And like this again. Okay, those all are parts that have to be done before we can put this together. So now we've got this to put on here, like so. Let's see what we can do. Okay, need to put a little more glue. There's a bunch of rivets on the bottom of this here that a seam line goes right through, and I did my best to scrape the seam line off and keep the rivets. I'm not sure how it's going to work out in the end. That looks pretty good. Okay. And I've got a seam here that I need to glue. Okay. That's the first part of putting the gun together, less the 2 or 3 real delicate little parts. Okay, let's go ahead and move on here. I notice there's a little bit of an uneven edge there, so let me sand this just a little bit. Okay, there's a seam in here, but we're never going to see it. So let's go ahead and look here. We've got this, 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 and this. The little photo etch piece and this other little bracket in here, whatever it is, I'm going to hang on to again for the time being. Okay, this will go in the end, like so. Okay, then this will go here, and there was a pretty good seam line, mold seam line on this. I did my best to scrape between the parts, but I will see what it looks like when I get it together. Like that. Okay, and then this will go like this, I think. Got one of Jordan's hairs there. We can put this on first. This goes here. Okay, this will go here. As far as I can tell. Okay, then let's set this aside for a few minutes. And we have the breech block. This is 3 pieces. I may have to work on some seams on this. I did notice they've got some really badly placed ejector pin marks, but I'm not real sure if you're going to see them or not once this is all together. I may have to do a little work on those seams. We'll see if we can see them or not. and then this will go here. I'm thinking, I don't know why I'm having a problem with like a dog here, just keeps following me around. I believe this goes right here. Okay. Yeah, I got an ejector pin mark here. It's right there. It's not a very good place for that. Then there's another one here. So we'll just have to see when we're all done if I need to fix any of that. I got a little seam. I got too much glue. Okay, let that set up for a little bit. Let's go ahead and go on here. We've got, this is, okay, there's all kinds of little parts that goes on top of this that I don't want to, my mat's moving around, I don't want to add yet. I want to put this on. This will go here. I had to sand this a little bit to get it to fit. There might be some seams there I'll have to work on. Let's see. They don't look too bad. Have to see what's visible. Okay. Now I'm not going to add the little pieces to the top of that yet. Then we've got this that'll go in here. I've already test fitted it. Okay, and I've got one more little bitty tiny part to go on here that's going to have to wait. And then on the barrel, there's a flat spot right there, and that goes against this flat spot right there. So when you're putting these together, it's keyed. The reason being is we want this little notch here in the right place. So I'm trying real hard to make sure it's where it needs to go. Put a little glue on here. There it goes. That's the spot right there. Okay. Go ahead and glue this on. Might have to go put some more glue to that. And so we got a seam there. I want to make sure that's glued well, and any gaps need to be fixed. Okay. I'm going to put a clamp on that and leave it for a little while. Okay. See if these will work. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. Then we'll come back to this. We've got some more pieces here and some more really, really tiny parts. I'm not going to do... Oh, did I lose it? Well, got one little bitty part that may be gone. I'll have to see. I sure don't see it right this minute. I'll look for it a little bit later. Anyway, if you look at this, you can see there's a plate here. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. Let me grab my glasses here. Yeah. You can see this plate here, and there's an angle right there. Okay, that's the locator for this. Okay, that's going to straddle it just like that. And that's what holds it in place. It's just like that. Okay. So let me get this side glued on. Just put a little, I'm not sure if you can see it. Put a little glue all the way around. Make sure that's lined up, just like that. Okay. I'll probably clamp that. Now this has got a part that goes, I'm not really sure, but I think this goes like this. It's a little, well, let me see here. It might have that upside down. It goes with the geared part up like this. But I'm not sure. I'm going to go ahead and glue that right there. Well, as far as that goes, I can put it on later. Because this will go here. Okay, hang on just a second and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. This will go over here, so we'll go ahead and put it right here. It'll be easy enough to reach the inside as far as putting that last piece on. Whoops, I got it backwards. That doesn't help matters. There we go. Whoops. Guess I didn't get enough glue on there. Okay, that'll line up with that little bump there. So I'm just going to put a clamp on that. See, this I'll be able to put on later. It'll go like here, I think. But we'll double check before we get any farther than that. I think I'm going to call that for today. And I'll put a clamp on that and let it dry real well. And then we've got some other things here drying. And we'll pick it up again later. Alrighty, guys. I'll put a couple pictures at the end. You all have a great day. Bye-bye.